Hello, Cameron here. Got a quick video today. I was meant to do one a couple of days ago, but unfortunately I've been very busy, just with exams, that sort of thing. It's just getting really busy, really, with the revision stuff. Also had some family issues, but yeah. So starting off, we'll get more into inflation and why obviously this is happening later. But the VIX has spiked up again, which I'm pretty excited for. So from what most of the things I've read, it's around sort of 25 to 30. When the VIX is above that, that's when sort of volatility is high and fear in the market's very high, which means that it's basically a good time to buy. I think it's Warren Buffett that said that you want to be greedy when people are fearful and fearful when people are being greedy, that kind of thing. So I'm going to be loading up on a few more of the recession-proof stocks that I've mentioned in my previous videos. Probably going to focus more into finance and healthcare this time, I think, because I've got quite a lot of energy and utilities in at the moment. But yeah, then if we look on Friday, the S&P dropped massively, and I think that was due to more information about the Fed coming out, Fed actions. So yeah, quickly into the S&P 500. Most of the predictions that I've seen have been basically that on the year it'll finish between 40 or it'll finish between 4100 and 5000. So the main I'm not really sure, if I'm being honest, because I think from what everyone said, it just depends on when they think the recession's going to be. So some people think there's going to be one. Um, some people think there's going to be one bouncing next year, and then 2023 is going to be really rough. Some people think that we're going to bounce back a little bit now, and then it will hit. Then it will go down to sort of 4100 ish. But yeah, it's basically the predictions I've seen have been all over the shop, really. Because no, it's basically just down to where people think the S&P 500 will end up at the end of the year is whether or not, one, they think a recession is going to happen, and also when they think it's going to happen. But most of them I've seen have been saying it's going to be 2023. But yeah, then moving into a bit more inflation talk. So Powell sort of said that 50 basis points looks possible for May. In my opinion, it's going to happen in May. I think he's more just sort of teasing the market a bit so people sort of price it in a bit earlier. There was another point around this. Yeah, but I do think it's got to happen. We've got the fastest inflation in 40 years. I think I've seen God knows how many articles about how the Fed's terrible. They're making the biggest mistakes in years. They've done awful. They've failed to control it. So I feel like they are going to start hiking it. But I do think it will be a 50 basis point rise, mainly because, or the May one will be 50 basis points rise, because I think most of the stuff I've been seeing is that 75 points. Yeah, the dash cold water on it there. There was a few people as well. Yeah, so not in favour of rising interest rates by is in favour by 50 basis points, but wouldn't favour going higher than that. I think most of what I've read was that it will be a 50 points. It will be 2 or 3 50 basis points rises. So I think there'll be one in May. I can't remember when the next date is, in June. Yeah. So it'll be yeah, May and then June, and then also I think I can't remember. Yeah, it was either one. It was two or three was what I saw most people saying, which I thought would actually be quite a lot, because that'd be, I think if they did it 3 times, it'd be 175 basis points rise in like 4 meetings, which would be pretty ridiculous. But or considering, but yeah, that was just some of the other things I've been reading. But yeah, that's also because they've been. I think I can't remember where I read it. I think it was on the FT about how they're aiming to get up to 250 basis points rise by the end of the year. So yeah, I feel like it's, and I wouldn't be surprised if it came in earlier, because I don't really see inflation going higher than what it came out to in March. But yeah, what was that? There was another thing I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, it was oh wait, quickly before that, it was around the symptoms that we've got for the recession coming on. So it's obviously you've got like the war and the disease, that's mainly causing the inflation and supply chain issues. And we've definitely had recessions before based off of these issues. But or well, no, well the US has had recessions based off these in the past. But one thing that I saw raised, which I don't think people have looked at, is the amount of household savings there are. This time around, like the level of household savings in the US is absolutely massive, compared to elsewhere. And I don't. So basically, people were arguing that that might. We don't know if that will offset the sort of the basically just offset the recession. My opinion was it probably won't. I mean, I feel like a lot of the recession, as you can see with Netflix's price decrease, that people are cutting out on those easy to spend things like Netflix and those little subscription based services and that sort of thing. I can't see people digging into their savings necessarily to like spend more on things which aren't essential, if you know what I mean. That's sort of how it's functioning in my head, and that's why I've still gone into things like um, Walmart and whatever. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, my opinion is that I don't think it will, especially considering its supply chain issues. I don't know if more household income will really make up for supply chain issues. But anyway, um, yeah. Next point I just wanted to quickly talk about was this. So the idea that the hot housing market could cushion the blow. So I mentioned it a few videos ago briefly about how the US housing market, quite a lot of people have been speculating that it's now in a price bubble, which a lot of people think will come down either during this year or next year. And obviously, if the prices of houses are going to go down, that'll also lower inflation as well. And I think there was quite a big bit of evidence I saw. Yeah, it was that bit there. So um, house prices are continuing to surge up 19.2% year over year, which is like massive. Like you bought a house last April, it's now up like it's now worth basically 20% more, which is yeah, which is another point. But I'm not sure how much of an impact this will have. If I'm being honest, I'm not too much of an expert on the housing market, so I don't really know much about it. Um, but it's something I'll have to look into more as well. But yeah, that's just a little update and my thoughts on a few of the things that have come out in the last couple of days. Um, Again, banging on about inflation, but it's a lot of what's going on right now. I promise I will do an individual, like more fundamental analysis of some more specific companies like that I'm thinking of looking into, like Walmart and Wendy's, that's and McDonald's, those sort of places. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'm not really sure how consistent I'll be with videos going now on, because obviously I'm hitting the strides of exam period now. But after that, I'll be back making videos much more frequently. So yeah, thank you very much for listening.